Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Real Reds Talk, an authentic football fan channel made in Manchester. And this is a brand new show that we are going to do every Sunday where we react to the latest viral trending beef in this football fan channel content making space. That is what we are going to do today. So brace yourselves. We have a juicy one between Big Steve, the Manchester City fan, and Mark Goldbridge of the United Stand. So without further ado, let's see what the crack is. So first up, we have Mark Goldbridge, who's reacting, as he always does, to I don't know if it was like a super chat or a chat that was put in whilst he was live about the comments that Big Steve made about him basically being a bedroom vlogger and all this shit. But anyway, take a look at, make your own judgments yourselves. Let's have a look.
Big Steve says you've never been to Old Trafford, says Dex. I don't know who these people are. I don't know who they are. I mean, I don't want to be offensive, but I don't know who these people are.
So snobby, man. Honestly.
I presume they're bandwagon jumping content creators who followed the architects of this space, like Robbie and me and Brian.
There's so many things I want to say about this. I'll wait. I'll wait.
Gobby,
just listen.
Fan content creator like I was, but I don't know who it is, mate. So, go and tell him I don't know who he is, and then he can gob off about me again, can't he? And he can say I don't go to Old Trafford and stuff like that. I mean, you're just wasting my time on some. I don't look down. There's no point. That's not being snobby. I just don't. What's the point in me talking about big or little Steve? I don't know anything about Steve. I don't really care. There's about 40 Man United channels now. When I started,
I have no idea what that has anything to do with it.
And everybody's doing the same bloody thing. It's the same shows. Saturated. It's so saturated now. And I think when you're not doing something unique.
Right, so obviously look, there's a few kind of standout comments from this beef in particular. It gets triggered basically because Big Steve says you've never been to Old Trafford, and a lot of people kind of throw that line at him, and a lot of people also throw the Nottingham Forest line at him as well. Saying I don't know who these people are is a big lie, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And even Big Steve pulls him up on that. There's a lot of fakeness about this. When he talks about people jumping on the bandwagon content creators, we all know. Let's not pretend that you're not on YouTube every single day and a lot of people have watched your United Stand journey. You've built a large part of your audience by jumping on the bandwagon of United struggles. Similar to what AFTV did at times, leveraging poor performances and controversial topics around United and reacting like you do in your bedroom to certain watch-alongs, and you're thriving off emotional highs and lows of the club, which is also seen as opportunistic at times, So you're criticising people for jumping on the bandwagon. You did literally the exact same thing on your come up. So that's hypocrisy, stinks there straight off the bat. When he says, I don't look down, there's no point, is the most Goldbridge line I've ever heard in my life. It's the most snobbiest bastard ever, who has this kind of supercilious complex that he's above everyone else, and because he's got the most views and the most, kind of subscribers or whatever it is, that his content's actually better than everyone else's, when in actual fact, just because it's popular doesn't mean it's the best. Listen to Gangnam Style, that'll tell you everything that you need to know. The one that pisses me off a little bit, and I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't piss me off, he says there's about 40 United channels now. I don't understand how that has any correlation, because Big Steve is a City fan and literally not a United channel, so that makes no sense. What it is basically is he's annoyed that Flex, Adam, all these guys that have been on his channel before, they've gone off and made their own thing because they wanted to do it, something that they're passionate about. And obviously even these micro creators as well, like myself, you've got other ones that are in this space, there's quite a few. Yeah, there is. But the only reason why he's annoyed is because it's taken from his pot. If Flex wouldn't have gone off and done United View, which has got, I don't know, let's say over 100,000 subscribers now, that would be in Mark Goldbridge's back pocket. If Adam hadn't gone off and done his channel as well, that's an extra 50,000 subscribers there. You know what I'm saying? If Saeed wouldn't have gone off and got 100,000, if Rant... So all these people that have left, they've created their kind of micro-organisation, grew it up and made it big and worked really hard on the channel. And that takes viewership and monetization away from Goldbridge's thing. So that's why he's bringing that up. It has absolutely nothing to do with Big Steve. But let's get into Big Steve's reply, because I thought, listen, he's a City fan. I don't like City. I don't like City fans. But listen to this.
Morning, people. So just woke up. People tagging me in a video of Mark Goldbridge, or should we say Brent, saying that I don't even know who Big Steve is. Well, he's telling lies a bit there, because over a year ago, in Dublin, he did a live show and he got a full production team to cut a video up of Big Steve, or Little Steve, or whatever he wants to say. and put it on his show. So he's telling lies again. But at the end of the day, Mark, or Brent, or whatever you're called, we are different. One of us goes to games week in, week out, has done for 30 years, supports the club financially, emotionally, puts his club money back in the club. Another one of us sits at home, hides in his bedroom, under a fake name, and basically profits out of your club being shit. So we are different. And then another thing on the video he said was, I don't look down. I know you don't look down, Mark, because Manchester City are above you, mate, and we have been for years, so keep looking up. But what I would like to say is, if you ever want to debate Man City, Man United, face to face for charity, we can do that. On one condition though, it's at Old Trafford, because after the slaughter you, in the debate, I'm going to pay for you to go in the museum and have a look round and see the Premier League trophy, because you've not seen it for years. So if you've got the balls, Brent, Mark, whatever your name is, that's fine. But don't tell lies to the followers, say you don't know who Big Steve is, because you clearly do. But keep doing your thing, keep profiting off the club, declining and that, and don't let me ever end up like Brent, sat in his bedroom, enticing super chats off people. Big respect, Brent, keep it up, son, and grow a pair of balls, get out of the bedroom, and let's do it.
Much like, I don't want to call it the rap game, because that sounds so like white and English when I say that, but I think sometimes it's not nice to have a bit of beef, but it gains traction. It gets two people involved. I mean, I'm sure Big Steve, his numbers have gone up anyway just from doing this alone, and maybe that wasn't his intent, but it's always good for engagement and viewership, and people know this first and foremost when they're doing it. But that line straight off the bat absolutely murders him. I mean, let me just pull the quote up. He's saying he doesn't know who Big Steve is. He did a live show in Dublin and got his production team to cut up a video of Big Steve, saying we're different. I go to games, 30 years. You haven't been to NA. You sit at home. You hide in your bedroom under a fake name and profit from United being shit. You said you don't look down, but City have been above you for years, which I don't like. I'm a United fan. I'm not praising him for that. And talks about a face-to-face debate for charity outside Old Trafford, because he knows Goldbridge is never, ever going to accept that, ever. Just on the game thing, I've always had not conspiracy, but it's not conspiracy, just my genuine opinion. I think Goldbridge, because he's so hated in this space, and there's a lot of people that are angered by him, the way he profits off the club, and just the way he is, his fakeness. And this is not coming from me, this is just what other people have said about him. I think he doesn't go to games because he's probably scared in case he gets into a bit of beef with someone that he's given shit to before. That's one of the reasons why. I think he's actually talked about that himself. Now, I'm not praising that. I'm not saying that's good or anyone should be in that position, but he has pissed a lot of the fan base off, so that's probably one of the reasons why you're making a rod for your own back in that sense. Like I said, the third line annoyed me because it's City-based, so we'll skip straight past that. But look, I've said I've never ever had a thing with City or City fans. I hate them. I hate Liverpool fans. It's obviously that tribal kind of beef between both clubs. But it kills me to say I like authentic and genuine people, and that's one of the reasons why I created Real Red Stock, because it's a genuine, authentic channel. And I think Big Steve comes across as that type of guy. Everything about Goldbridge is fake. It's like almost they should be swapped around by what club they're representing. Goldbridge should be representing City when we talk about fake and their kind of fans and their fan base. And then Big Steve should probably be representing Manchester United. It's weird, isn't it? It's like, is it Freaky Friday when you have them swaps with Lindsay Lohan and whoever that other bird was? Crazy. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this beef. Big Steve and Mark Goldbridge. Who won this round? Maybe there's another round coming up. Let's see what we've got in store next week. Let us know your thoughts on this video. Viral beef incoming. See you in the next one.